All right, now Apple launches the next generation iPhone 3GS smartphone tomorrow. The new phone will go on sale at all U.S. Apple stores and 2,200 AT&T retail stores. Ashok Kumar is a senior research analyst at Stewart. He says this launch will be less dramatic than the last. He joins us now from Austin, Texas with the preview. Thanks for joining us, Ashok. Let me ask you first of all about the phone. Why will it be less dramatic? It's just not so much of a huge change, is it?
Yeah, the value proposition compared to the last cycle when we transitioned from the Edge to the 3G platform versus the 3G to the HS DPA platform is less compelling both from a hardware as well as from a network service perspective. And then when you factor into the higher price points, especially with customers that have existing contracts at $399 and $499, we think the take-up will be more limited near term.
That's the prices will be $399 and $499 if you already have a contract for the 16 and 32 gig?
Yes, if you have a year left in the contract, which most of the 3G subscribers do, you end up paying a higher price because the carrier, in this case AT&T, is not willing to fully subsidize the platform as they did last year, given that they still have to monetize that subsidy.
Okay, I see. But if you just walk off the street not having any sort of other contracts or not concerned with that and want to pick it up, you can get them for $199 and $299 is my understanding.
Absolutely. And also longer, yes, absolutely. And also longer term, I think Apple will look at other carriers, whether it's Sprint and Verizon, to essentially expand the target available market.
As far as the hardware changes, will we notice much of a difference between the new iPhone and the most recent version?
I think there will be incremental tweaks. Most of the updates are on the software stack. They're using a more powerful application processor. The baseband supplier continues to remain Infineon, and the application processor is Samsung. But overall, I think most of the enhancements are increased memory capacity, but the utility from a consumer perspective is purely on the software stack.
How will the changes to the operating system look?
I think, again, a broader range of applications, faster interconnect speeds. I think just tweaks, more evolutionary changes as opposed to a quantum leap versus the legacy, the 3G platform.
What about outside applications? I mean, is Apple still going to be letting as many people as have done so far write outside applications? And how important are the new applications to these phones?
Yeah, I think Apple has stated there's about 50,000 applications that support the iPhone platform. And again, that's a magnitude higher than what the competition offers, whether it's Nokia, RIM, HTC, and the list goes on. So I think there are, a part in terms of competition, in terms of the product line, and that's one of the reasons they're in the top 5 in the smartphone market share, despite having a very limited global geographic footprint.
But you don't expect, even though this is an advantage of their competitors, you don't expect a number of new applications to come about given the new software?
Yes, they will. I think it is a virtuous cycle. And if you look at Palm as an example, Palm has, a few hundred applications at best, given that it's a fairly nascent platform. But in terms of applications, I think Apple is shipping over 20 million units annually, and so the developer community has high support for that platform, given it's very lucrative from an economic perspective.
Hey, I have a viewer writing in, Chrissy, asking if the iPhone will be compatible, the new iPhone, with Microsoft business servers, or still just based on personal usage. Is Apple going to ever try and get over into this business segment?
Yeah, on the commercial side, I think over time, right now they have translation layer, which enables compatibility with existing enterprise infrastructure. But over time, I think there will be native support. I think it behooves Microsoft to fully support this platform on the infrastructure side. Absolutely. I think, again, from a market share perspective, Apple is number 3 in the smartphone market with almost 12% market share. And I think we will see higher level of collaboration between these two companies down the road.
All right, and just quickly, Ashok, how many are they going to sell of these iPhones? Will they make a target?
I think over the launch weekend, we're probably looking at half as many as they sold, in the last cycle, which was about 1 million. One is because the incremental upgrades are more modest, and 2 is the geographic launch on a global basis is half as much as what they did last year when they had a launch on over 20 countries. But longer term, I think this will be a great success, and Apple will continue to maintain its leadership position from a technology perspective in this emerging opportunity.
All right. Hey, Ashok, thanks so much for joining us. Ashok Kumar of Stewart talking about the iPhone.